Okay, cool. So, looks like we are back. We've got LylatRanbewb here. He's going to do some Star Fox 64. I'm just going to remind you guys real quick that we're still the Cal Fire Relief Marathon. We're probably not going to stop being the Cal Fire Relief Marathon anytime soon. And we are raising money for the American Red Cross to support relief efforts in the state of California for people affected by wildfires, of which there's a lot. Uh, because there's no water in this entire state at the moment. So feel free to donate. Someone will post the donate link in chat momentarily. For now, I'm going to hand it off to Lylat, and you have good luck with your run, man.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Um, so, sweeping declaration, I will donate $1 for every second I am off of world record. World record for this category is 25:14. And if I get world record, I'll donate 20 bucks. So yeah. Timing starts in 3, 2, 1, go. So this is Star Fox 64, and you might be sitting here thinking, how do you speedrun this game? It's an auto-scroller. That's where the boost meter comes in the top top right corner of the screen. Because apparently I don't know directions. You'll know like Slippy, so I'm gonna shoot him a little bit here. I'm half boosting because that's the fastest way to boost in the normal R-Wing stages. When you full boost, you lose a couple frames of boosting every time you boost, so this is just by quite a bit the fastest way. I also don't like Peppy. I really don't like Peppy, so I'm going to shoot him a lot here. That's actually kind of a marathon safe strat, but it's also a little bit faster. So the main way that you speedrun this game is the boosting and the lag reduction. There's a little bit of item routing. We need a very specific number of bombs for every stage, just in order to have the right amount for the run. And other than that, if I said lag reduction, that's about it. I really don't like Falco as well, so we're just gonna try and kill him there, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, Corneria is a pretty chill stage. It's a good stage to start out the run with. It's a pretty beginner level stage, and oh no, we didn't save Falco, guys. He's dead. Oh no. Well, he'll be back in 2 stages anyways, so it'll be okay. There's the famous line. I hope everybody enjoys it. That's why I shot Falco earlier, is because if you don't, Peppy will be interrupted by Falco dying, and he doesn't actually say anything. If Slippy lives, I'm gonna flip. Oh man, you're gonna flip then. This is the We Love Slippy run. And Peppy died there. So we're coming up to the Corneria boss fight, which is a run breaker, oddly enough. We're going to line our wingtip up with that tree there. Barrel rolls, yes. Funny thing about barrel rolls, but I'll explain that in a sec. So this boss is actually a lot more difficult than he looks. So first of all, we're going to shoot out his leg and he's dead. So a lot happened there. First of all, we lined ourselves up with the boss's leg so that he would die basically almost instantly. He's very easy. He takes 8 shots to the back with the blue lasers, and then he's dead. There's a lot of RNG in that. Fox flew to the right, which is actually about 0.8 seconds faster, and Slippy got in the way of the camera, which loses about a half a second. So overall, it kind of made it alright out of that boss fight. I'd say that's pretty average. The funny thing is the sun actually causes lag. So remember, kids, when you're playing video games, stay out of the sun, especially if you're trying to speedrun because it's slow. So we're coming up to Medio here. I heard people talking about Medio music in the chat before. Medio is the longest stage in the run by quite a margin. I believe it's almost twice as long as, actually it's more than twice as long as Corneria. And there's a whole lot of nothing. So yeah, in this stage, in the old route, I'm using the new route, by the way. The new route is like a day old. In the new route, we kill Peppy and Corneria. In the old route, we left him alive here. And that's just because the run needs to be the same as any percent. Because, I don't know, the 2 categories are extremely similar. By the way, this is Blue Line if you don't know. Blue Line are the easy stages in the run. So yeah, but there's not really a lot that happens in this stage. We're we're gonna kill Slippy coming up here. And this is actually another part of the new route, is we used to basically just let Slippy die in this stage. Now, we like to take mercy on our friends, because, I don't know, just why not? So yeah, we're gonna want to pick up a few bombs in this stage as well. And that reason is mostly the next stage that's coming up. We need at least 3 bombs. Oh, that was weird. Usually the bottom right guy drops the bomb there, but whatever. I mean, it's not a big deal. Yo, Jellyfish Swimmer, thanks for the Slippy champ. I appreciate that. Slippy's objectively the best wingmate in this game. He brings up the boss health. Falco causes a ton of lag, so he's no good. And Peppy is just incredibly annoying, and he'll actually get in front of the boss in Corneria and block his leg. So you can actually lose a ton of runs that way. And there's a sweet spot in this area that I'm trying to get into, but I keep missing it. It's like nearly pixel perfect, and there's no visual cue, so it's pretty difficult to get into. That was actually a good shot. Wow. So yeah, I mentioned earlier that barrel rolling is a bit of a weird thing. In this game, it's very recently discovered that each barrel roll causes at least 1 frame of lag. And by that I mean, like, in other spots, such as the final boss fight, it can cause as much as 0.6 seconds of lag, which is absolutely ridiculous. And you lose a ton of time over the run just constantly barrel rolling. In fact, over the course of the run, if you just basically sit there and constantly barrel roll, you'll lose about 20 seconds. And this stage is one of the more larger impacted ones. We just bypassed the checkpoint because who needs health, even though I'm half dead. And yeah, we're coming up to the warp section. Warps are actually banned in this category to make it more different from any percent, because the warps are actually faster. But we're going to take 6 of the 7 warp panels, and that will accelerate us through the rest of the stage and immediately drop us off in the boss fight. I'm shooting these enemies here. I'm actually trying to shoot the beams that they're firing, because that actually causes a lot more lag than the enemies themselves. And we do 3 boosts here into the boss fight, and there we go. Once you hit the boss trigger in these sort of auto-scroller sections, then you don't really have to worry about boosting anymore. This is a 3-phase boss fight. It's not as easy as the last one. You can really mess this boss up. The first phase, he's basically just gonna, like, auto-scroll you through this fight, which is a lot of fun. And you're basically sitting here waiting for him to turn, and then waiting for him to turn. And wow, that was horrible. Good job, me. The second phase, you can actually skip a cycle here by getting really, really, really close. As close as you possibly can. Coming at him from the side here. And shooting him like that. And now we're bored, so we're just gonna do a couple loops. Fly around, go into first person. Why not? I don't know. Just got nothing going on. He's just gotta take his time and turn. Yeah, and that's one of the only times in the whole game where you see me barrel roll. Barrel rolling actually is the fastest way to accelerate yourself across the screen.
But I'm in a hurry.
There's a really weird meme on my Twitter for that conversation. It's like the front page of my Twitter, which is... I would say it on stream, but it's kind of too lewd. It is a secret to everyone.
Flippy ship is in for repairs. Repairs complete on heavy ship.
But yeah, next stage coming up is Ficina. Ficina's a weird stage. Basically, we're taking advantage in Ficina of the only useful glitch in this speedrun. There's a lot of weird audio glitches that have to do with pausing as you're going in and out of a cutscene. But this one actually has a useful glitch, and it's called the infinite height glitch. Or there's not really a name for it, but that's what I call it anyways. Basically, we're gonna get really, really high in the physical sense, not in the mental sense. So right off the bat, I don't really like Falco. Let's shoot him a little bit. We're gonna line ourselves up with the bottom of the screen here, and we're just gonna do U-turns. 17 U-turns, because this stage, basically, we have to sit here and wait for Starwolf to spawn. And that's based on an internal game timer. I believe it's 1 minute and 5 seconds, if I recall correctly, for Starwolf to spawn. and they're going to spawn in the bottom right corner of the map, but they're going to spawn really, really high up, and we're basically going to do our best to try and kill them almost immediately. And if we could do that, they'll be dead very, very quickly. But in the meantime, if we have any donations, this would be like a very good time to read them. And if we
Awesome.
Yeah.
We do have one. We've got $5 from Ghost King. It says, good luck on the Star Fox. Incidentally, hey Bick, do you think you have good taste? And it actually has directions for if he says yes or no. I'm going to just read them out because I don't want to wait for Twitch delay. If he says no, Ghost King says, well, I agree, $5 to Demon Chocobo. If he says yes or anything else, well, I don't, $5 to Demon Chocobo. So, thank you very much, Ghost King.
Thank you, Ghost King, for your donation. Yeah, I actually had a contest on my Twitter. If anyone can guess my time, I'll donate $10 to the marathon in their name. Ooh, I missed my first bomb. That's not good. That's not a big deal, but like, I don't know. It's just kind of annoying. Also, you'll notice that Starwolf really wants to U-turn, and they're all dead. That was actually a pretty slow Starwolf fight. You can actually kill them within 6 seconds of them spawning, but I mean, that's not too bad.
The Red Cross is loving your clutch Starwolf failures.
Oh, really? That's nice.
Every additional second, another $1.
Yep. Yeah, so that wasn't too bad. I probably lost about 5 seconds on that stage. Maybe a little bit less, but that's $5 from me. So we got Sector X coming up. There's not a whole lot that's noteworthy about Sector X. The noteworthy thing about Sector X is actually for the next stage, which is Titania. Titania lags an absolute stupid amount. Like, if you don't do any lag reductions for the strats for that stage, you'll lose like 30 seconds. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is the hardest input in the game, by the way. We're gonna change stages. I'm gonna take this really safe. Just kidding. But yeah, that's actually way more scary than it looks, because if you drop your input, your run is just completely over. So we're not gonna kill Falco here, but we're just kind of want to make him wish he was dead. Yeah, and we're left him there with as little health as possible. Normally I try and look off my capture card, because my capture card generally has like a ridiculous amount of delay to see how much I damaged him, but I didn't bother there just because I'm lazy. And right here we're going to shoot a bomb really low in order to take out as many enemies as possible and keep the bomb explosion out of our sight as much as possible. The start of this stage is actually incredibly laggy. You'll notice that in an any % run if somebody doesn't have any bombs at this point, because you'll notice they lose like 3 or 4 seconds at the start of the stage. It's like just absolutely ridiculous, but the rest of it hardly lags at all. But yeah, the boss fight for this stage is actually quite difficult. It has what I think is the hardest quick kill on the run, for sure. We're gonna kill Peppy here because I really hate Peppy. Actually, quoting Peppy is a bannable offense in my chat. You won't get bopped in the marathon chat, but like, I probably won't like you very much. And there's a point later in the run where I just basically try and kill Peppy on purpose, and that's how I gauge if my run is alive or not. But yeah, there's a group of enemies right here. They can all run into each other. They didn't do it this time and get a gold ring. I tried to grab that gold ring for marathon safety because this stage can get a little scary on health sometimes. I'm just going to move around a little bit more than I normally would so I get shot less, hopefully. Just because there's a ton of enemies in here, and as I said earlier, barrel rolling causes a bunch of lag over the course of the run. Like, 1 frame might not sound like a lot, but keep in mind, I'm speedrunning an auto-scroller, so like, 1 frame is a lot of time, and it adds up very, very quickly. So we're gonna go to the left here to try and get the screen scrolling as early as possible. That's just kind of a micro movement strat. Doesn't save much time, but it saves a little bit, and then go to the right to do the same thing. And now for the boss. This guy is a jerk. We actually have a strat for this boss, and it's called... I don't really want to say it on stream because it's pretty lewd, but it is a slang term for some type of genitalia strat. I'm not gonna go for it because I'm gonna go balls deep on this boss. But yeah, basically the strat is right now to just mash. And we did it. That saves 17 seconds. And that is by far the hardest quick kill in the run, for sure. Like, this boss will take a ridiculous amount of time if you miss that. And there we go. The boss is very disappointing if you go for that. Mango strats! Yeah! So yeah, as I said before, next stage is Titania. It's a very quick stage. It seems like to me because it's very stressful and you're trying to like rush through it. The interesting thing about Titania is that you're using a different ship. Normally for the rest of this run, you use the R-Wing. There's 3 ships actually in this game. There's the R-Wing, the Landmaster, which is a tank, and the Blue Marine, which is a submarine. Party! Yeah! Yeah, the Landmaster has a bit of a different boosting strat. Since your boost meter goes down really quickly, you want to increase the amount of time that you're boosting. Oh, thank God. So we actually have a blue line run going, guys. You would not believe how many times I've gone to the wrong stage at this point in the run. But yeah. We're going to kill Falco right off the bat here, and this is going to reduce lag greatly. The reason we kill him in this stage and not this previous stage is because in the next stage, he actually causes a lot of lag and despawns enemies, which you don't want him to do, because you need as many kills as you can get. But yeah, this stage, I'm looking up the entire time, because it changes your camera in a way that there's like a little smoke trail that follows behind you, and if you're looking down the whole time, it's in the middle of your camera. These are some like somewhat recently developed bomb strats that we're using here as well. We used to think that basically killing anything in this stage would cause an enormous amount of lag and wasn't worth it, until we realized that there were some enemies that appeared for a large portion of a really laggy part of the stage, and now it basically doesn't lag at all, as you can possibly tell. I'm not entirely sure if you can tell, but yeah. This is also a very monochromatic stage, so it's a little bit hard on the eyes to practice, so I don't really usually practice it. No, Jellyfish Swimmer, I don't think this is the run, but thank you for your vote of confidence. We're gonna shoot another bomb there. Oh, that was horrible. That's terrible. Oh well. This spot right here is the laggiest spot in the entire game. So I was trying to destroy a bunch of mines that were on the ground there. Didn't quite get them, but whatever, it's not a big deal. I gotta pick up another bomb here because in Ficina, you're normally supposed to just use 3 bombs and go and running into everything because I'm not used to going that way. We're gonna try and follow these pillars to the right just because it reduces lag a lot. And yeah, at this point, we're gonna want to look down just because of the way that the camera moves. And the last bomb strat here, oddly enough, there was a runner that found that on his first run. Shoutouts to Rot Dog who found that bomb strat because he just kind of randomly shot a bomb and turned out that it killed those enemies and just totally decimated the lag, and that caused us to think of all the other bomb strats, which is awesome. So shoutouts to that guy, he's pretty cool. And yeah, we're coming up to the boss here. This boss has a lot of very interesting properties, mostly because he's the only boss in this run that's actually RNG in what attacks he does. And if you move fast enough, there's no music. It's just absolute dead silence, which is kind of awkward. We're gonna barrel roll twice to the right here, because it doesn't cause lag in the Landmaster, and he gets out of the way. This boss can do a bunch of things. I got lucky here because he didn't do a circle. He can do 3 attacks here, and he did the best attack, which is awesome. You basically want to stand there and tank it. That was pretty much perfect RNG and a perfect boss fight, so that's really awesome. That might have actually been... It's either a gold split or very close to a gold split. which is great. You're gonna do what, twice? Yeah, that boss can do a lot of really, really bad things. He can hold Slippy right in front and shield himself with Slippy. He can he can spin around, which causes a ton of lag, and he's invulnerable while he does it. He can lower his head, which you basically have to sit there and wait. Yo, perfect boss fight. It's awesome. So we got bowls coming up. Don't blink, because this stage is really, really fast. I believe the cutscene after the stage is almost as long as the stage itself. If you played this stage as a kid, like me, you probably went the opposite direction of the rotation so that you could have time to shoot the turrets while you're, like, just kind of sitting there. We're going to go the same direction as rotation, so we're going to move ridiculously fast. I had a run yesterday, I think, where I was, like, most of the way through the stage. I was on world record pace in any percent, which is a ridiculously optimized category. I shot all these turrets, and I did a U-turn in the middle of my core run, which is annoying. So we got to take out these 6 turrets, and that was done really poorly. I'm going to go around to the right here. After this cutscene plays, we have to get 10 points. They have to be gotten after the cutscene, and the core is going to spawn. The core has 8 nodes, I believe, and we need to kill all 8 of them. Did I just get perfect RNG again? I did. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna go for the core run here. Just basically try and take these out as fast as possible. You can shoot through the core as well. Boom, there we go. That was probably a gold split. That's awesome. We might be on world record pace right now. I love how that emote made it through. I completely forgot that I made the node emote. That was actually really awesome. So, final stage of the run is Venom. You know what's funny is I've done 3 marathon runs of this category. Every single one of them has had perfect RNG in every RNG spot. Except for Corneria. This might be the urn. So Venom is one of those branching path stages. I don't really know why they picked the last stage. I guess they tried to make it a little bit more epic or something like that. I don't really know. But the path we're going to be taking is left, left, left. It's noteworthy, I guess, that right is like 1 frame faster if you shoot like a pixel-perfect, frame-perfect bomb shot. But I'm not a TAS, so I'm not going to do that. And if you miss the bomb shot, it's like 3 seconds slower, so I'm definitely not going to bother. Such a nice urn. See, this is how you speedrun an auto-scroller. Thank you. We're going to shoot these enemies here because the little orbs that they shoot can cause a bunch of lag. And we're going to follow Slippy through this stage. Slippy can be a bit of a jerk. He can run right into you, which is why we're taking a very specific movement path. In this section, I believe Slippy's very high up, so if you stay really low, he can't shoot you. Well, sorry, he can't run into you. If he shoots you, then he's really a jerk. And then he complains when you run into him after he gets completely in your way. We're going to go down and around here. Now, if you played this as a kid, you might remember this falling pillar section. I personally did. I basically cried myself to sleep the night that I figured out that you could basically just hold, like, right and R and do that. And just avoid all of those things. So we're gonna go for the peppy kill here. Here we go. We'll see if this is Tay-Ern. We did it. We killed Peppy. This is Tay-Ern. So this boss fight is hard. This boss is Golem. He has a lot of weird properties. He is a bit of RNG. We're going to try and take out his shoulders first because he starts swinging his arms like a madman as soon as he possibly can, and he's just a total jerk. Now we're going to shoot his butt. There is a meme category called booty percent for this. It's basically you start at the start of Venom and see how long it takes you to crash into his butt, which is my favorite category. And he's dead. Awesome. You want to stay back after you kill him there, because being close to him will cause a bunch of lag, and if you boost right away, he'll basically run infinitely, which is a soft lock, and you don't want to do that. Don't kill the run. Well, I don't know what my time is right now, so, I mean, yeah, it's a thing. So, we're coming up to Andros, who's the final boss of the game. He's pretty hard. He's not really hard. I would actually say he's the easiest boss in the run, but that's just me. I've choked a lot of runs to Andros, though, so who knows. These things, we can crash through the 3rd and 4th doors, and then after that we'll get a laser upgrade. Laser upgrades repair your wing health, so after that'll be good. And your wings are good for 2 decent hits, so boom, we're okay. And yeah, there's not really a whole lot to say about this boss. This is where I found out that barrel rolling was like ridiculously slow. Also, the trigger for the boss is not at the end of the hallway. It's actually like, I believe, where the last item is. We're gonna shoot him in the eye there, take out his hand, go over here, take out his other hand, and then shoot him in the eye there. Time's coming up. And time.
Nicely done. We're just waiting on the Twitch delay to figure out what the time was.
Nice. Oh. Not world record. Oh man.
We might have to retime that.
Oh damn. Really? Did I just get world record? I called this like 3 days ago.
I'm not 100% sure. We're gonna have to double check the initial timer start, but that looked like it might have been 25:13.
Holy! Oh my god! That's hilarious.
So we're gonna have to retime that.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Retime it once the marathon's done or whenever you have time, and let me know, cause yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, of course. As soon as we have the opportunity, we'll definitely let you know.
Do I have time to show off something that's literally 30 seconds?
Yes, feel free.
Awesome. So, if anybody hates Slippy... Oh, my capture card just completely crashed. Awesome. Yeah, my setup couldn't handle that hype at the end. Oh my goodness. Yeah, as you can tell, my capture card kind of sucks, but... should be back in a sec. I'll get it set up in the stage while it loads. Oh yeah, Twitch chat just appeared on screen there for a quick sec.
Oh yeah. Man, the Twitch chat.
Not sure if we got world record. If that was world record, congrats, lol. So we're gonna try for another world record. This is kill Slippy %. This is my favorite category in the game. Basically, we're gonna want to do 4 boosts and then a full boost, and then Slippy's gonna appear on the right side here. Oh, that's not even gonna be close to a world record, and he's dead. This is actually a real category. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed Star Fox 64. Coming up next, we have Mega Man 3, right?
We sure hope so. We're definitely, one way or another, what we're going to have coming up is a restreamer switch, which means that the stream is going to temporarily go down. We're also going to play an ad, so y'all just stick around. Lylat, thank you so much for the run. Congratulations on
maybe the record. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, thank you. Thank you guys for having me.
All right, everyone, just be patient for just a minute. And we will get the stream back up, and we will play some ads. So stick around.